Hey guys, welcome to Top 5 Niches of the Week, the original print-on-demand niches show. I'm going to be sharing 5 print-on-demand niches that you can target in the near future to increase your sales. Let's get right to it. Here are the current top 10 best sellers on Amazon merch after filtering out the protected brands. So we've got a couple cats eating ramen, got some back to school, we've got an axolotl shirt, class of 2038, we've got a baseball shirt. I'd say the prevailing theme here is cats. The cat shirts, nice evergreen niche, doing really well. And then you've got the crazy chicken shirt there. I don't know what the background is, but it's got a 15,000 BSR, so selling extremely well. All right, moving on to the hand-selected niches. Niche number 1 this week has to be Showgirl. And I was like, why is the word Showgirl trending? I did a little bit of research, quick Google search, and it sounds like that's going to be related to the new Taylor Swift album. Now, in Amazon merch, you don't usually want to be selling things adjacent to Taylor Swift, but in the past, it's been done many times, and at times it's worked, and at times, well, they've taken down the shirts. I don't know the future, but here's the thing. When celebrities release an album and they put English words in the album title, does that mean that no one can ever sell a t-shirt containing those words ever again? The answer is no. That being said, does that mean Amazon merch won't take down your listings for including those keywords in your t-shirt listings sold through Amazon merch? They can do whatever they want at Amazon merch. So I can't tell you the future of whether or not this is going to be safe. All I can tell you is that right now people are uploading them, and within days they're making sales. And from what I ascertained in a quick Google search, it looked like it was almost leaked that this is going to be the new Taylor Swift album. So whenever the official announcement comes out, and this is me just guessing because I'm completely unplugged, assuming it hasn't come out, if it does come out, then people going and buying t-shirts with the word Showgirl on them could spike massively, theoretically. Whether or not you want to sell them through Amazon merch, which has the strictest content policy by far, is completely up to you. That's the beautiful thing. You can do whatever you want with your account. Moving on, niche number 2. Newsome. So I was going through Merch Dominator, the research tool that I use to prepare these videos. I was going through the new section where it goes and it looks for newly submitted shirts that have sold, which could be an indicator of a trend. I was seeing some Gavin Newsom themed shirts, and some of them didn't say Gavin Newsom, but it might just say Newsome. Anyways, I went to Google Trends. I wanted to share this first. And I noticed that, in the last 30 days, Newsome, in terms of search interest, is peaking. It even put in a recent all-time high, but who knows? That could be on its way up to an even higher high in terms of search interest. I don't follow the news, so I don't know why he's trending, if it's in good or bad context. I think it's politics, so I'm sure there's people that are going to say both. That being said, when I search for Newsome t-shirt on Amazon, I see pro Newsome and I see anti Newsome. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, I love to sell to both sides. If my goal is to make money selling t-shirts and people are buying the pro and the anti, two different sides, I will appease both sides, give them what they want. That is just me personally. I like to start off with a goal and then just work backwards. So if pro Gavin Newsom and anti Gavin Newsom are going to get me sales, I will sell both personally. The cool thing is with print on demand, you get to choose your path forward. You get to choose whether or not you want to do it or not. So you may not want to sell Gavin Newsom shirts. Anyways, they're trending. They're making sales. The first one there has a 200,000 BSR. It says, "Come and get me, tough guy." The next one is a dog taking a poop, and it says Newsome, and that has 18 reviews. And that's the overall pick. The next one is a vertical American flag, which I've talked about. It's just a nice evergreen reusable design template that can work with so many cross niches. It says, "I stand with Newsome," and then the flag says, "We the people." The next one is like it's a California flag, I think, but like a cooler version of it with the big bear. It says Newsome strong. The next one says Newsome for prison 2025. Here's a couple more. Gavin Newsom 2028. Next one says, "I love Daddy Newsome." These have all sold, by the way. Next one says, "Make California great again. Newsome sucks." Next one says Newsome 2028. And the last one here behind me says Newsome 2028. Where there's smoke, there's fire. People have been talking about Newsome running for a while. So who knows? I mean, if that's the case, guys, you're going to want to get those shirts up earlier. I mean, it definitely doesn't hurt to be early to the trend. If that ends up happening, if you sold anything last year in the political realm, the upside. That's all I'm going to say. And if you can guess who the running mate's going to be, the upside even more. So, you know what I mean? There were people who did that, I think. Was it with Trump or was it with? No, I think it was with Trump, but I could be wrong. I don't know. It feels like that was ages ago. It was like a year ago. The whirlwind of all the political stuff. All right, niche number 3. Oh, before we get to niche number 3, guys, in the description below this video, if you want my free print-on-demand course delivered via email, all I need is your email address and I will send you 1 lesson a day. And check out my print-on-demand Facebook group linked below. Niche number 3, dot day. How could it not be dot day? We're about a month away from dot day. I believe it is the 15th of September. It's a big print-on-demand holiday. I mean, it always surprises me with how low the BSRs go. On Amazon, a lower BSR indicates higher sales velocity. BSR is just a relative data point. It is the best sellers rank. There's only one bestseller, but then everything else is ranked with numeric ranking. Obviously, the number 1 bestseller, the lower the number, that is the lowest number. That's where you want to be. Ideally, if you can't be number 1, you want to be number 2. Can't be number 2, you want to be number 3, etc. So when you see a BSR of like 293,000, to me, depending on the time of year, that might represent like 1 sale every 2 to 3 days currently. 300,000 might be in that exact same range, maybe 1 sale every 3 days. 459,000 might be like 1 sale every 5 days, etc. But as you get closer to these holidays, of course, the sales velocity picks up. If you were to go to Google Trends and type in dot day, you would see the incline of search interest as it gets closer. It's predictable. The design styles are pretty evident among the best sellers. Like, you don't need to recreate any of these. You can have your own take on dot day shirts. You can literally make things out of dots. Like behind me here, you've got a heart made out of dots. Here's a couple more. This is just 10 more dot day shirts. You've got like a tree made out of dots. You've got a paintbrush made out of dots, a cat made out of dots, another cat made out of dots. People love the cats. You've got the dog made out of dots, the rainbow, etc. Like, have some fun with the dot day designs. There's some really cool takes on dot day. Also, if you are like me and you're not a great designer, or you don't have all day to design, you can utilize elements from Creative Fabrica, which is made for print-on-demand sellers and crafters. You can join for $3.99 a month if you use my link in the description. And here's just a brief screenshot out of 2,740 results when I searched for dot day on Creative Fabrica. And you can see that, like, you know, this design bundle's got a bunch of pre-made designs. I don't like to use pre-made designs, but I'd like to use something like this where it's like I can use the controller from that design, or I can use the T-Rex from this design and then add my own elements. Like, for instance, adding text is an easy way to make a unique design related to that. All right, moving on, niche number 4. How about Hispanic Heritage Month, which is from September 15th through October 15th. So we're about a month out, but there's plenty of time to get out ahead of them, especially on Amazon. I know people like to tackle trends earlier on Etsy. Personally, I'm willing to be a month out and, you know, whatever. It is what it is. But on Amazon especially, like if you upload something for Hispanic Heritage Month today as you see this video, there's a high likelihood, depending on your tier, if you're talking Amazon Merch or Seller Central, there's some ambiguity to it, but within a day, you're going to have your product available for sale, most likely within hours. Now, if you're an Amazon Merch tier 10, it's the weekend, it might go to auto review. You might have to wait till Monday or Tuesday. But if it's like Seller Central, it's going to take like an hour most likely. Then it's available for sale right away. And if it gets a sale, Printify or Printful routes it to a printer. They produce it, ship it, automatically add tracking, and you don't have to do anything. You could do this. That could all happen while you're sleeping. That's why I love print on demand. So Hispanic Heritage Month is going to be a big trend. It's already actually trending. These are evergreen designs that see an uptick between mid-September and mid-October. So I love those types of niches that see consistent demand year round, but then also have certain times where they trend even more. So yeah, lots of Puerto Rican designs, honestly, but also like some Mexico designs here behind me, Viva Mexico. I thought I had a couple more to show you. But yeah, integrate a lot of like the colors related to certain countries and flags. Also, one thing about, and you've heard me talk about this, but like SEO, search engine optimization, when you have a design for Puerto Rico specifically, well, number one, then you know what kind of color scheme to lean into, and you know how to optimize your SEO, because you're not just trying to say, oh, Hispanic Heritage Month is my primary keywords, which the broader, the better if you can rank on them. But when you're launching a new listing with zero sales history, it's also good to be very exact in what you're selling and who you're selling to. So for instance, if it's Puerto Rican princess in the design, you would optimize your keywords, just for an example, around Puerto Rican princess, comma, Puerto Rico pride, Puerto Rico girl, Puerto Rico shirt, you know what I mean? Hispanic heritage shirt, you know what I mean? Sprinkling in search terms that people actually type into the search bar, but also not being as broad in terms of the scope of who you're trying to appeal to, because a new listing with 0 sales is not just going to get taken straight to the top of organic search results when Amazon isn't sure if your listing is good or bad. You know what I mean? They pick up on that over time as more people see your listing in search results and click it, which increases your click-through rate. And then those people that click it purchase it, which is your conversion rate. And then they weigh those metrics against your competition. And of course, there's more to it than that. They take in a lot of other things into account, but at a high level, those are, some of the predominant things in determining where you rank. Moving on, niche number 5. How about Oktoberfest? And you might be thinking, wait, Oktoberfest in ... September? Yes. In Germany, Oktoberfest starts September 20th and ends October 5th. In America, you might see an uptick for the Oktoberfest shirts in October. Either way, now is the time to get them up on Amazon. Look at the BSRs too, doing really well. 160,000, 250, 260, 320, 340,000 up there in that first top 5. That's pretty good. It's not making anybody rich currently, but when you chase these trends, like what I'm trying to do right now in this episode is give you predictable spikes in demand for certain niches. And Oktoberfest every year doesn't surprise anybody. We know it's coming. It comes. People who sell in that niche make sales. And then a lot of the products probably don't sell again until the following year. That's the problem with trends. Trends are good for short-term sales and predictable spikes in demand. Not always great for evergreen sales, but that's where, like Hispanic Heritage Month, a lot of those designs do sell well year round, whereas a lot of these Oktoberfest ones may or may not. Like if you're just selling the Lederhosen shirt that says Oktoberfest in it, that's probably mainly selling right around Oktoberfest. But if you've got like Guten Tag, y'all, that could sell year round. On My Worst Behavior, that could probably sell year round, even though it's going to have that predictable spike around Oktoberfest. A general Prost shirt, and then the clinking of the mugs. I Don't Give a Schnitzel. There's a lot of fun ways to sell in this niche. But if you have a shirt that literally says Oktoberfest, it's probably more restricted in terms of the scope of when it's in highest demand. I guess both of these do. All right, emerging trends. These are shirts that their 90-day average BSR is lower than their current BSR by a wide margin. Could be indicative of a breakout trend. Doesn't have to be, though. So you've got a lot of back-to-school shirts. That's pretty much the main theme that I see here. The rest of it is pretty scattered, I would say. So a lot of back-to-school stuff trending, which we already knew. Looking ahead, here we go. These are at least a month out, smaller niches, smaller trends that you can sell in. A lot of people overlook them. September 17th is Citizenship Day. September 18th, National First Love Day. September 19th, International Talk Like a Pirate Day. September 20th, International Red Panda Day. September 21st, International Peace Day. So there's 5 niches right there that you could potentially sell in. Could have some fun with Talk Like a Pirate Day. Anyways, the archive. Here we go. Let's look back in time 23 months ago because last year was an election year. What do you know? We look 1 month out from today. And what do you see? This is 2 years ago. Halloween, Dot Day, back to school, general fall themed shirts. And that's pretty much how I would describe these. And then also some evergreens. All right, here are removed designs. These are all removed in the last 24 hours, either by Amazon or by the uploader. If it's removed by the uploader, there's not a lot of signal there. So just take a look. And if you notice anything that you're selling, maybe reconsider selling it. But it's not a strong 100% confirmed signal because it just tracks in general anything that was deleted. People might have deleted these to free up upload slots. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Quick reminder, I have a full print-on-demand course that'll walk you through step-by-step how to replicate my success as a print-on-demand seller, where I average over $100,000 profit over the last 6 years. That is linked below. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button on your way out, and I will see you soon with another new video.